All right, guys, it's my birthday weekend, so I decided to have you guys pretty much create the content for this video, and I'm just going to come up with the answers. So I had you guys ask all the questions. All I got to do is answer them. And then I'm going to turn the social media off, and I'm going to go out and enjoy life for a little bit. So let's get right into it. I want to one-take this and get it out of the way as quick as possible. And I hope you guys have a good night. And I know you guys are pretty goofy, so you probably came up with some pretty goofy questions, but I'll try my best to answer them. All right, so question number 1, the most popular, most voted on question, comes from Nafi. What kind of woman would you consider as a quality woman? All right, listen, guys. You're not going to find the quality woman. That's like trying to find the perfect woman. She doesn't exist. Are you a quality man? Maybe, but tomorrow you can be a piece of shit. You know, you can change any given day. So looking for a quality woman that's a big waste of time. What you got to do if you want to have a long-term relationship, you got to find a woman that you connect with, and then you got to basically turn her into your perfect woman, because she's going to follow your lead anyways. You know, if you like to work out, she's going to start working out. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, she's going to become a Dallas Cowboys fan. You know, there's no such thing as a high quality woman, because you can change any given day. But all you got to do is find a connection with a woman and lead her on the right course, and she'll be a quality woman, assuming that you're a high quality man. You know, it's not hard to get a woman to comply, because that's what they want to do anyways. All right, next question. Again from Nafi. Wow, you got the top 2 most voted on questions. What breakup made you go MGTOW, and can you tell that story? Okay, I never went MGTOW. I'm not sure why everybody thinks I'm a MGTOW. So I started out as a fitness YouTuber. I guess I'll just tell you the story of how I kind of got grouped in with the MGTOWs. So, like I said, I started out as a fitness YouTuber. And I made a video that went semi-viral, and it was called Why Most Bodybuilders Are Single. And apparently this video was like quote-unquote red-pilled, and I didn't know what the red pill was back then, and I didn't know what MGTOW was back then. And I started to read the comment section, and there was a whole bunch of red pillers in the comment section. So I decided to start a whole new channel and talk about like my dating life and stuff. And that's when I started to that's what this channel is, LFA. And people kind of started to, I guess, follow it, and I got grouped in with the red pill, so I started learning more about the red pill and MGTOW. So I just started going down that route. The reason why I supported MGTOW is because if you're in the manosphere, you got to be basically, there's all sorts of different factions. You got your pickup artists, you got your dating coaches, you got your MGTOWs, and you got your incels. That's pretty much all that there is. So I thought the pickup artists were just corny. Like, what kind of a guy goes to a nightclub to cold approach women? I go to a nightclub, I'll bring my girl with me, and she probably has a couple of her friends, and I probably bring a couple of my friends, so we got a group. Like, if we're all sitting there having a good time and I see a group of like corny ass guys walk in, like just walking around cold approaching women, that's corny. I'm gonna laugh at them. And to me, that's what pickup artists are. It's goofy. Like, who the fuck does that? I mean, you'd have to be like, to me, they're corny, they're losers. So I don't like pickup artists. Dating coaches, like, there's a difference between giving dating advice and like doing like serious coaching. And I don't think you can coach dating. A lot of people come to me and they want coaching, and it's really awkward. I'm not really sure. You know, I think each individual should go through their own situations, and they should take the steps by themselves. And all dating advice is basically just like a big placebo. It shouldn't even be like, it might make you feel like it's helping you, but really the thing that's helping you is the fact that you're actually out there doing it. And I definitely can't identify as an incel because I've been with too many women. So MGTOW was kind of the one that I identified as. And, well, I didn't necessarily identify as it, but it was the one that I was like the most relatable for me. And when Big John got his channel taken down, I was a huge Big John fan. When he got his channel taken down, I put LFA MGTOW. I changed my name to LFA MGTOW for about 3 weeks, and it was just a temporary thing. But that's when like the whole MGTOW community started this like LFA is a fake MGTOW and this all that bullshit. But I even said in my first video, you can go back and watch it, it's still up right now. I said I'm not a MGTOW, I don't identify as a MGTOW, and eventually I'd like to get married and have kids. So I'm not a MGTOW, but I support MGTOW. Whatever. So there's that. Okay, next question. Come from Zachary Hodgson. How do I find my life's purpose at age 22? Well, I know nothing about you. So, everybody's going to have, I guess, a different purpose. And some people have multiple purposes. Some people have no purpose. So, what you have to do is just get out there and experience life. There's really no way I can answer that question. I don't know if you maybe you like to hunt, maybe you like to fish, maybe you're an engineer, maybe you are a bodybuilder. Maybe you just want to be a fucking stay-at-home dad, which I don't advise, but anybody can have a different purpose, so there's no way I can answer that question without knowing you personally. So thanks for the question, but there's really just no way I can answer that. Okay. S18 says semen retention, ? I'm not even sure how that's a question, and I'm pretty sure you're just trolling and you wanted to hear me say semen retention. All right, no, I do know that there's some YouTubers out there that have basically created whole channels about semen retention. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you are a normal, healthy man with a healthy sex drive, you can't retain semen. Okay, you're gonna have a wet dream. Shit's just gonna come out after 2 or 3 days. So it's not a good idea. All this no-fap stuff, it's a big hoax. Normal, healthy men can't do monk mode and no-fap and shit like that. They just can't. You're a healthy male. Your body produces so much sperm, and you got testosterone and libido and all sorts of stuff. So it's good to go through those cycles in a healthy manner. You should be having sex regularly, and if you're not, then it's perfectly okay to go beat your meat. You heard it from LFA first. So semen retention is stupid. And the guys that try to claim that this brings out the superpowers of the top 1%, they're goofy too. Complete bullshit. As a matter of fact, the most successful people I've ever met, with not only financially but also with women and sports and things like that too, have high sex drives. They have a lot of sex and probably beat off constantly. You've seen the movie Wolf of Wall Street, where Matthew McConaughey and Leonardo DiCaprio are sitting there, and he's like, how many times did you jerk off today? Or per week or whatever. Those are rookie numbers. You know what I'm talking about. You're supposed to beat off a lot. What am I even talking about? Okay. I'm 30 and I feel like I need to go monk mode for a couple of years to get my looks, money, and status in order. It isn't too late, right? No, it's not too late at the age of 30 to get your looks, money, and status in order. Hit the gym, do what you gotta do. I'm not sure what your money and status situation is like. It might be better than you think. If you live in the United States, you're already in the top 10% of human beings in the world, so I wouldn't stress it too much. Just, I guess, keep grinding it out and you'll be just fine. But as far as going monk mode, I would not go monk mode. There is no benefit to removing pussy from your life. Because that's what monk mode means. It means not having sex with women. There's no reason. For me, having sex with women is actually an inspiration. It's a motivator. So I don't see why going monk mode would be beneficial to you at all. All right. Clean Xerox says, do you think having one girl in life is good? I'm 20. I'm not even looking for a girlfriend, just trying to find my girl, which will be in my life, and that's all I want. Do you think not having any experience in relationships will got me some problems in the future? I don't think he speaks good English. Well, experience is what's going to make you good with women. You don't really need advice. You don't need pickup. You don't need anything except for yourself. And, you have to be willing to go out there and give it a try. So, yeah, you will suck if you don't have any experience, but that's okay because you got to start somewhere. So just get out there and do it. And you're only 20 years old. By the time you're 25 years old, you're going to have so much experience that it's just going to be fucking easy and it won't matter anyways. So get out there and get experience, and that will answer your own question. Okay. Nafi again says, what do you think about hookup culture? I feel like that sexual lasciviousness is one reason for the increasing divorce rate. Isn't it better if we go completely MGTOW monk then? Okay, the first question, what do I think about hookup culture? Okay, first of all, it's different for men than it is for women. I can tell you one thing, like if I were to get on my Tinder right now, I have like 3,000 matches on there. So it's like literally that's how many options I could have because the internet has just done that. It's crazy. And I'm a dude. Like an average woman is going to have like 10 times the amount of options that I have. So hookup culture is crazy. People have so many options nowadays that it is pretty, it's a pretty sad place. The dating scene in this day and age it's a rough world we live in, you could say. But, I don't necessarily recommend going MGTOW monk. If that's what you want to do, then go for it. I'm not going to tell you that that's something you shouldn't do. If you want to be abstinent and you want to just go off and do your own thing, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But, if you want to have a girlfriend, if you want to have a sex life, if you want to have kids, you got to go out there and figure out how to adapt. Be better than the other guys. Because ultimately the best, it's survival of the fittest, and only the best are going to make it. So get out there, try your best, and let's find out if it's good enough. That's my best advice to you. Okay, Matthew Moore says, how to avoid false bleep allegations. Okay, if you want to avoid false bleep allegations, rule number 1 is don't get rich and famous, because if you're rich and famous, people are going to come after your money. And that's not just, there's different forms of gold diggers. Some of them are just tricky, they'll sleep with you, they'll try to marry you, and they'll try to take your money that way. Some of them will maybe hit you with some allegations and try to get you that way. Some of them will use a turkey baster and try to get pregnant by you. But, if you're rich and famous, then that comes along with the territory, so you got to really stay on your toes and watch what's going on around you. But if you're just a regular dude, it's probably not going to happen. And if you're paranoid about that happening, you can always, save all of your text messages and your conversations, and, maybe you can record it. Maybe if she doesn't want you to video record it, you can still, tape record it. Or, voice record it or whatever. So, I don't know. But ultimately, the best thing that you can do is either A, stay single and not get any pussy, or B, find a steady girlfriend and, work on the two of you being faithful with one another and have a healthy relationship and a healthy sex life. And there's a very low percentage of chance that she's going to hit you with allegations. But if you do get rich and famous, then, it may happen. It happened to, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, but he went through the same exact thing like 20 years ago. So, it's crazy. It can happen to anybody. And it's tough, but got to stay on your toes and watch who's around you and don't sleep with stupid broads. And you should be safe. Okay, Poop Malabar 1002 says, what's your opinion on the contribution of a college degree shaping someone's personality? Is it somehow related to the weakest generation ever? Yes and no. I would say yes because the majority of colleges aren't necessarily educating people. They're just like filling their heads full of leftist propaganda, which, you know, if you are a leftist, then maybe you like that. But if you like to get both sides of the story, then it's not healthy just to get one side. And outside of, like, you know, STEM fields, you don't really get a benefit out of going to college. You might get the piece of paper and that might help you get a job in the future, but, you know, it's not going to really do much for you. So yeah, a lot of people were told when they were younger that getting a college degree is what's going to make you a somebody, but then they quickly find out that all they got was a piece of paper and it's fairly useless, you know, if they didn't pick a field that is still current in this, you know, current high-tech world we live in. So yeah, I'm not really sure what kind of an answer you wanted to that, but that's what I have there. Okay, Michael McCarthy says, LFA, how does one constantly keep their alpha-like composure, such as yourself? Well, thank you, Michael. Is it natural testosterone or the way you were raised? I ask this because I find it hard to do so for a prolonged period of time. Thanks, brother. Well, really all an alpha is a leader, so to say. Like in nature, the term alpha typically goes hand in hand with being the leader of the pack. So if you want to be a alpha male, then it has to be natural for you to, like, let's say your friend is moving. And if you're an alpha male, you will say, what time I'm going to show up and I'm going to help you, because you're a leader and you take care of your people. So other than that, you know, it probably has something to do with high testosterone. You know, that probably compels you to want to lead instead of follow, I guess, or the way you were raised. Yeah, I was raised in a military family, so it was really strict, and, you know, it was the way that it was. I wasn't raised to be a wimp. But, you know, all you have to do is stand up and take ownership of your life, you know, to handle your responsibilities. Don't be a pushover. Have some backbone. You know, stand for something or stand for nothing, you know, as they say. So the term alpha is kind of blown out of proportion, but don't be a follower, be a leader, have backbone, and don't cower to somebody every time you have a disagreement. It's okay to argue your point if you feel like you're in the right. So that's basically all I have to say about that. Stefan Lau says, when are you getting married? Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. Good joke there, buddy. I'm Thaney says, what do you think about that our MGTOW on Reddit got quarantined? I don't really go on Reddit. I know a lot of guys here on YouTube got, like, that's where they started out, was on Reddit. I don't really mess with Reddit at all. So I didn't even know that it was down, but, you know, after hearing this news, I would say that it doesn't surprise me. MGTOW has kind of been thrown in that alt-right category, just like the red pill is, just like the incels are, just like the whole entire manosphere is. So even though it has nothing to do with politics, it's still going to be thrown into that category. And, you know, that's it's a sad world we live in, because this freedom of speech seems like it's going away. And I don't see what's wrong with anything in the manosphere. It's basically just guys talking about relations with women. And, like, to me, I think it's a good thing, because at least we get to, like, kind of swap notes and hear each other's sides of the story. And, you know, we learn things. It makes us feel better. It makes us smarter. So I don't see what the problem is, but for some reason it seems to be getting censored. You know, what can I say about it? I'm not in control. I think it's silly that it's being censored, but, you know, that's the direction things are going. Okie the Goat 23 says, thoughts on choosing signals. I'm not sure where you're going with that question, but Choosing signals. So basically like when a woman is showing interest in you through body language or some sort of, she's flirting in some sort of way. You should be able to see social cues as a man. I think this is probably most guys, most guys that come to me for advice. I think this is their biggest problem. They don't pick up on social cues. Like if you see a woman staring at you and like playing with her hair, like, you know, whatever, she's always facing towards you when you enter the room, or she just always shows up in places that you're at, you should know that she wants you to make a move. So that's really all I have on choosing signals. Keep an eye open for them, because if you're actively looking for a girlfriend, that's how you're going to know who's interested in you. And if you're not getting choosing signals from women, then you need to, if you like I said, if you're actively looking for a girlfriend and none of them are giving you choosing signals, you need to lift weights, you need to focus on yourself, your career, get all that stuff together, and, you know, more than likely you'll start to get choosing signals at some point in time. Zabhav and Life says, which car is best for picking up girls? The most expensive one. Unless you live out in the country somewhere, then either a pickup truck or a Jeep. If it's the summertime, a Jeep. If it's the wintertime, a pickup truck. But if you live in a big city, the most expensive car gets the hottest chicks always. So if you drive a Ferrari, you just take your pick, buddy. All right, next question. Rocco, opinion on Roosh V. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know anything about Roosh V until after he made the change, like this last year or two. So I don't really know what he was like before this, this move to being a Christian. But from my understanding, he was basically a pickup artist who traveled the world and wrote about it. Now he's probably in his early 40s or so. So I can only imagine how you would feel as a man to like go the pickup artist route for that long, and kind of the world is looking at you as like next level cheese. Like you're this like pathetic, like what the fuck dude, like grow up. But, you know, he was living the life and he was into that and he liked it. The rest of the world probably thought he was corny, but he was enjoying life. So, and, you know, apparently he made a pretty decent career out of it. He made some money. He wrote quite a few books, from my understanding. He's got a fairly successful YouTube channel, and, you know, I think he makes a decent amount of money online. So he's established himself as an entrepreneur. And he seems to be doing pretty well, but now he's kind of flew the kook a little bit. I shouldn't say that because I don't know anything about him. This is just kind of the rumors that I hear. But, you know, I think he had an awakening where he was like, holy shit, I'm a pickup artist. The world thinks I'm next level cheese. They think I'm corny. And fuck it, I'm done. And he's just like, he's had an awakening where he no longer wants to be a pickup artist, and he feels like that was immature and stupid. Could be totally wrong. I don't know anything about Roosh V. I've never met him. All right, moving on. Tybo the Clerk says, opinions on having a friend with benefits with a colleague. I don't think that there's a such thing as a friend with benefits. Some people may disagree with me on that, but I've had one night stands, and then I've had like women who were actually pursuing me, because women will use sex as a sort of a trap. They want to trap you in with sex. So if you have a female colleague that wants to be a friend with benefits with you, she probably wants to date you and she wants to be serious with you, but she's using sex to just to lure you in. That's the temptation trap. That's what women do. So, you know, if you have no feelings for the woman and she says she wants to be a friend with benefits with you, you can do it, but just understand that it's going to create a lot of arguments between the two of you, because you're going to eventually want to stop. You're going to have enough, and she's going to be like, her feelings for you are going to go up like a million times, and your feelings for her are going to go down. And that's going to create a lot of problems. And whatever. But if you're man enough to take those problems on and you don't care, then fuck it, go for it. Okie the Goat 23 again says, thoughts on cold approach. Okay, a lot of people have a misconception with my thoughts on cold approach. I have no problems with you approaching women. I probably approach 100 women a week by accident, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. But I just don't like the idea of cold approaching. Like going, what these pickup artists are telling you to do is like go to a nightclub and approach 15 to 20 women. That is next level cheese. That's corny. You should take a woman to the nightclub and leave with your woman and have sex with your woman. You shouldn't be going to a nightclub with your buddies to pick up chicks. Who does that? Like I've literally never seen that before in my life. All right, next question. Mons9801. My ex is in the same class as me, and we broke up because she got bored, and now we ignore each other. If she ever messaged me again, should I refuse or accept it just for sex? I'm assuming you're in college, hopefully. Well, if you broke up and you ignore each other, I don't think she's going to text you again. You know, I would just move on. But if she does message you, what do you want me to tell you? Go for it if you want to. Okay, Ayush, 36. Why physique is the easiest trick to score chicks these days? Well, if all you're looking for is like a one-night stand, women are going to go for the physical appearance because so many people use online dating. So if she's using like even Facebook or something like that, all she's doing is looking at your pictures. And if you have like a well put together physique, you look healthy, you look like you can put it down in the sack, you're going to have, an easier time than somebody who is not. But it's not necessarily the easiest way to score chicks. Like if you're looking for a girlfriend, body isn't really even that important. I mean, it matters, but a lot of other stuff comes before that. All right, next question. Raziel Redentor e Destructor. At which age situations give up completely in dating? That is a defeatist mindset. There is no age or situation that should cause you to give up on anything, ever. Next question. Jahawar, I hope I got your name right. Jahawar Aul. Are some young, good women attracted to nice guys? I mean, if you're an attractive nice guy, yes. If you're an unattractive nice guy that's just using the nice guy rule to get closer to women, then no. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Roger Valencia, why is your channel so dumb, LFA? Because I am the writer, executive producer, director, actor, and editor and everything else of the channel, and I don't get paid enough. If I get paid a little bit more, then maybe I'll produce better content. So right now this is what we're stuck with. Thanks for stopping by, Roger. The Dex Mex. What can you do if you're a low quality guy? What the? I don't know why that's such a funny question. A low quality guy. I don't even know what that means. Work out. Work on your social skills. If you don't have a job, get a job. If you live with your parents, move out. Other than that, then I don't think you're a low quality guy. I think you just, within a year or two, you could be a lot better. Work hard. That's all I have to say. Vabhav and Life. How old are you? I am 33, and I never want to answer that question again. MM8. Hey, LFA, what does it mean if a woman tries to lecture you? it's the first time that happens to me, and it feels strange. I'm not interesting in that girl. I don't think you speak very good English, so I'm not very interesting in that girl, and neither she is me. We are just college mates, and we don't talk very often. Thanks. Greetings from Spain. If she tries to lecture you, I don't know. I would have to see like the full context of the lecture, because she might be flirting with you. She might be, she might want you to stand up to her. But ultimately, I would say that's the best thing you can do. Have backbone. When she tries to lecture you, put her in her place. Let her know you're a fucking man and she doesn't talk to you like that. Best thing that can happen is she's going to find it extremely attractive. Worst thing that can happen is she shuts up and goes away. Either way, you win. All right. Vivek Manu Tripathi says, is there any scope for a man who wants long-term relationship, searching for true love in this era of hookup culture? What does he need to change? Listen, man. The more of a catch you are, the more options you're going to have. The more options you have, the more of an ability you have to filter out high-quality women, or women that are going to be the best fit for you, I should say. So you just have to work on yourself and be the best that you possibly can be, because yes, women have a lot of options. Men also have a lot of options. So, people have their needs. They like to have sex. We're human beings. So you have to be her best option. I don't know how else to put it, but you just got to be the best you can be and be a fucking man. Okay? When you meet a woman and you want to be with her, don't approve of her. Some guys are in open relationships and stuff. Do not allow that to happen. Okay? You let her know that it's exclusive. If she cheats, it's over with. And you just got to make it happen. Edwin Rivera says, how did you change from beta to alpha? Or were you always alpha? Was your dad being in the picture make a difference? Okay, the whole beta and alpha thing is overplayed. Like I said, if you're a pushover, you don't stand for anything, you're constantly, getting walked all over, you're not a leader, you're not there when people need you, you're useless, because the more useful you are, I'd say the more alpha you are. So you got to be a useful dude. You got to be a strong leader. You got to really focus on yourself, because you have to be an efficient person. You got to be at your best. And my dad being in the picture, my dad was pretty alpha. He was a military guy. He was a weightlifter. He's a business owner. He was a business executive. He did a lot. He had a lot of wore a lot of hats, I should say. I would say he's pretty alpha. And, I think I benefited from him being my father. That's for sure. Rolas Leva. What should I do if I have been alone? It's my only option and not my choice. Greetings from Mexico. Well, man, you just got to get out there and talk to some women. Like I said, work out, hit the gym, work on your income. Maybe you should travel a little bit. If things aren't going well for you in your hometown, travel to some other cities, travel to some other countries. Get out there and explore the world and get some experience, because the more experience you get, the more you're going to know about your own capabilities. Trent Canp says, how do you deal with people blackmailing you with embarrassing shit, or have people who are bullying you? You probably haven't dealt with this in a while, since you're like 20. You think I'm 20? Thank you. But I'd like to hear your opinion. I'm in desperate need, and I don't want to get made fun of at school more than I already do. I'm not sure why people are blackmailing you for and what the embarrassing shit is, but you're probably blowing it out of proportion, because every teenager has embarrassing shit, And when you're an adult, you're going to look back and you're not even going to understand why you're embarrassed by it. So what you have to do is, you know, let it all out there. Whatever the stuff they're blackmailing you for is, convince them to put it out there. Because when everybody finds out about it, that's when, you know, they can't use it to blackmail you anymore. And then you just have to stand up for yourself. You just have to say, yep, fuck it. You know what? I did this embarrassing shit, but I'm still me and I'm going to get through it. And fuck you guys. Leave me alone. And you'll be fine. You just gotta be a man. You gotta have backbone. We've all made mistakes, but you gotta own up to them. You should never be getting blackmailed. You know, it's just, you don't have to be sneaky. Let the cat out of the bag and fight back. All right, Manu Solanki. How to regain power in a relationship. Should have never lost it, but I don't know what your situation is, so I can't really go into detail about that. All right, that's I think that's enough for tonight, guys. That's pretty much, none of these other questions have any likes, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. And like I said, it's my birthday weekend. You know, hopefully we can prepare this video a little bit better next time, and we can have some questions that we can go a little bit more in depth about. But for now, that's all we have. So that's all I have, guys. I'm going to go enjoy my night. I hope you do the same. LFA signing out.